What's up everybody, it's Fuziion here, and yes, today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer reveal, which took place yesterday at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show the trailers due to some copyright issues, but I will put the full multiplayer reveal in the description below. It's about an hour long, so if you want to check that out, make sure you check out the description for that link. So as you can see here, we have the exoskeletons. I believe this is completely going to change multiplayer of the whole aspect of what we think about it and how it's going to feel. People that have already played the game said it still feels like CoD physics, and it's nothing compared to Titanfall. Titanfall, you feel like you're hovering, and in Advanced Warfare you actually feel like you're falling to the ground. Now the first exoskeleton boost we see is the jump here, which gives you an additional jump, so that is always handy to keep in mind if you want to put that on your class. And then up next we have the boost dodge, which lets you dodge from left to right. Obviously this can really help you go and really counter and dodge bullets. It's a unique move. I can't wait to see how it plays out in multiplayer, especially all the exoskeleton abilities that Sledgehammer is developing into this game. And then after that, as you can see, we have Boost Dash, which lets you move in the air side to side, backwards and forward as well. So it's like a universal way of both combinations. That's always helpful. And then also we see Boost Slide, which seems to be better, followed with a Boost Jump right after it, so you always can slide faster. And then lastly, you have the Boost Slam, which lets you come over somebody and then slam them on the ground for almost a melee type kill. Another thing to keep in mind with exoskeletons is the exo abilities. Not all of these were revealed yesterday at Gamescom in Cologne. So you have the exo shield, which gives you a riot shield, exo overclock, which increases footsteps for people that are using dead silence or whatever they're going to call it, and exo stem, which was not revealed. No one really has an idea of what it could be at this point. You have exo cloak, which is basically cloaking. You have exo hover, which lets you hover in the air for a couple of seconds, and you have exo ping, which wasn't talked about at all at the reveal either, but it is speculating that it could be something very similar to the Call of Duty Ghost perk ping, where you could see people on your minimap within a certain radius. Then you have exo trophy system, which is just like a trophy system but built on the exoskeleton, so you can counter anything that is being thrown at you, like a grenade, Semtex, stun, flash, etc. Now supply drops are a completely new element that we'll be seeing in this Call of Duty, and will hopefully completely change the whole process of multiplayer with something else new. You have supply drops, which is basically you're rewarded this for amount of time played. And there's 3 tiers. You have enlisted being the worst, professional being the mid, and elite being the best. Now this comes with all different stuff like gear for your character, weapons, camos, kill streaks, anything you can basically think of that is customizable in this game, it will give you in the 3-tier options. Now looking at the assault rifles, we can see that he has different types of the same gun. This wasn't really explained, but we can see that there's a carbon, a virtue, and an assaulter for the Ball 27 assault rifle. Now we don't really know what this means, but as you'll see right here in a second, he has an elite version of this gun, which he got through supply drops, which can make the gun have more damage, accuracy, or whatever you earned from the supply drop. Now here they're showing off a couple of guns, and in a couple seconds here you will see a gun that revolves around heat. It's very similar to a LMG without the reloading, and you can shoot a certain amount of bullets in a certain time, and then it has to let the heat go so it can recharge. Now here you can see the class loadouts. It's based off of Black Ops 2 Pick 10 system. It is now called the Pick 13 system. It's very similar. You even have the 3 wildcards that you can add on. Instead of having grenades, it looks like you're just going to have the exo ability and the exo launcher. and you can have different score streaks in your classes. Now, I didn't really talk about the 4th score streak. I'm going to be guessing that there's a wild card that you add. It's going to be called a score streak greed or something like that to add on the 4th score streak in a class. Now here we have a score streak that is customizable by 3 different options. Looks like to be a escort drone, very similar from Black Ops 2, and you can upgrade on rockets, aggressor, and warbird hangman. Now the aggressor, from what we can see, is an out-controlled warbird, seeks out enemy targets, streak module cost 300. Now we're not really sure where these points come from, if it's earned from supply drops or XP. That has not been talked about at the reveal. It's just known to be called some kind of method of points at this moment. Now, in particular with the customizable score streaks, now you do have co-op score streaks. This drone is shown off to be that you can link up from a teammate's drone and you can be firing from the opposite side that they are. We're not really sure if there's any limitations to what the other one has. We're not sure if it's more zoomed in or if it's just edited for this showing. So it really does bring a new element to score streaks and not even having to earn them, but being able to join up on something like easy as a drone that anyone can jump in and use right away is really cool to add something to multiplayer. Now, as you can see, there is a virtual fire range which you can jump into in a pregame lobby in pubs or even in private match. This could kill time. It could really help us find some low recoil guns towards the beginning of the game, and it looks like we do have a comeback of the AK-12 from Ghost, which was not really a good gun, but this will definitely help all the esports players find a balance of good low recoil guns. Also, you have something new coming in, which is kind of somewhat similar to Ghost, but more customizable now. In Advanced Warfare, you have Create an Operator, which is basically customizing your character. You can change the helmet, you can change the glasses, goggles, armor, pants, shoes, boots, the exoskeleton camo, you name it. You can change it on your character for Advanced Warfare. Here we have the private match, which they seem to call the virtual lobby, which can show all the customizable characters in the game that all players have, and their first gun that seems to be their loadout. And you can see everything from their gun to their attachments to their perks to what they're even wearing on their character. It doesn't really scroll down on the right side of the menu. As you can see, it shows 1 through 11, so we're not really sure what all we can see, but I don't really see this really helping with competitive, because you're going to be like, oh, he's got this as the first class, if he uses this, then we can counter it with this. So like, it's more of like not predicting what's going to happen, but reassuring what could happen, and it gives someone a forward step into it to be able to counter that. But it's really, it could happen. People could be trying to trick people, just set someone as their first class if we do have extra slots. So I don't really know how it's going to play out in that, but that's just my opinion about it. So we do have CTF and Hardpoint returning back in Advanced Warfare. These were obviously fan favorites, including Hardpoint was one of the most fan favorite game types from Black Ops 2. I'm really excited to see how this plays out with all the exoskeleton suits and all the jumps and all of that. It's really going to add a unique element to the game, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out. So we have Momentum, which is the World War returning game War. So that's going to be back in Advanced Warfare. And then here we have Uplink, the new team-based game type, which they want to focus towards competitive play. It is basically, you have 2 portal balls, you try to throw it in an enemy's base, and you get a point. And while your team has the ball, or a teammate has the ball on your team, that you will not be able to shoot. Now, they didn't really go into much detail with this, so I don't know if we can melee if you have the ball or if you don't have the ball. If you jump in the enemy's floating portal, it looks like you will get 2 points for that, and if you throw it in there, you'll simply get 1 point. And finally, we have developer support for esports. Hardpoint CTF is obviously already returning. We have round-based domination, which may not be added into it. We have broadcaster mode, which is always helpful. Ranked playlists, something like League Play maybe, and LAN lobbies already ready on launch day. private match rule set value slider, so maybe just esports rules, enable that, and you're ready to go. This is all I really have to say for the multiplayer aspects of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the worldwide premiere. Please make sure you guys do like and subscribe, and don't forget, if you want to see the whole hour premiere, I will put that link in the description for you to go watch it as well. See you guys next time. Peace out.